Saturday night in Tallahassee has all the makings of a classic. I'm Jeff Fischel here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. And since we want to talk about the Noles and the Irish, no one better to talk to than the voice of the Seminoles, since the days of disco, Gene Deckerhoff. Great to talk to you, sir. What are you looking forward to most about the Saturday night matchup?
Well, it's Florida State Notre Dame, and it just doesn't. It seems like going back to 1993, the game of the century. It just sort of it has that ring about it, you know. The winner of this football game is going to have a leg up in the national championship playoff that is brand new this year. Remember, in 1993, the championship playoff was non-existent. If Florida State went in number one, Notre Dame was number two. This weekend, it's a battle of two top five teams. Florida State number two, Notre Dame number five. But you know, it just doesn't get any bigger than that. I talked with Jimbo Fisher after the win at Syracuse in his postgame interview, and I said, what about now we can talk about Notre Dame, Florida State. He says, Gene, it's two teams with a national brand. Florida State has won championships, Notre Dame has won championships, and when those two teams tangle, a national audience will have its undivided attention focused on Tallahassee, Florida. That's what makes it big. Back in 93, it was big. It's just as big this year.
When you look at these two teams, what are you looking forward to most about the matchup Saturday night on the field?
Well, I see two quarterbacks that, one loss between the two in their career starts. Everett Golston is 16-1. Jameis Winston is 19-0. It just doesn't get any better at that position, I don't believe, in a matchup that will take place this year. You don't have quarterbacks with only one loss on their resume. And, oh, by the way, the reigning Heisman Trophy quarterback in Jameis Winston, Everett Golston, he's a candidate for the Heisman Trophy this year. It begins at quarterback, and let's see how those two play under the bright lights of Doak Campbell Stadium on Saturday night.
No doubt about it. We've seen, obviously, everyone in the sports world, and even non-sports fans, have kind of started paying a lot of attention to Florida State with everything that Jameis Winston has gone through. How have you seen Jameis and Jimbo handle their relationship, handle everything going on, and how has that perhaps impacted the team this year?
Well, Jimbo Fisher has told his team as a head coach for 4+ seasons now to eliminate the clutter. In his press conference on Monday, he says Jameis is a man. He is mature beyond his years on a football field with a helmet on, and he says he compartmentalizes. That's a big word for me, but compartmentalizing apparently is the real deal because, you know, last week the controversy breaks on Friday evening late. Jameis goes out and has his best game of the season. Compartmentalize. That's a new word, Jeff, and I'm going to write that down and remember it.
Now, you are perhaps the perfect person to ask. What is the difference, perhaps what's the same, Jimbo Fisher, Bobby Bowden? Compare these two guys for me.
Well, I look at Jimbo Fisher as just a young version of the great one, Bobby Bowden, and a story that Jimbo told at his initial press conference as the quote-unquote offensive coordinator before he was named head coach in waiting. He said that when he was growing up in his coaching career, he was an assistant. He played for Terry Bowden at Salem College and at Samford University. He coached for Terry Bowden at Samford and at Auburn. He was at so many Bowden camps, Terry, Bobby, and Tommy Bowden camps, that folks thought he was a Bowden himself. So he grew up in the Bowden environment. And I think a lot of that rubbed off on Jimbo Fisher, a tremendous transition between a legend and a young head coach who, by the way, just turned 49 years old and is replicating what Bobby Bowden did here when he started the Florida State story in 1976.
Absolutely. Now, you call the games with William Floyd, one of Bobby's greats. He had the nickname Bar None. We did a piece this week, the top nicknames of Florida State history. Is there a particular nickname you have enjoyed over the years calling on Florida State games?
Well, let's see. Bar None obviously is the one that stands out because I work with Bar None. The last fullback to be drafted in the first round. His rookie year, he earns a Super Bowl ring. Yeah, bar none. There's nothing like it. Shade Tree, Marvin Jones comes to mind. Shake and Bake, Shannon Baker, and the Fula from Pascagoula. We've got a lot of nicknames.
Gene Deckerhoff, great talking to you. Really appreciate it.
Hey, Jeff, I hope to say touchdown FSU a few more times. I've only said it 1,870 times. I want to say it some more.
He's keeping track of the touchdowns. Gene Deckerhoff here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.